Young Pharaoh Tut was having an absolutely typical day, apart from the fact that he'd misplaced his royal scepter, his royal sandal, and, incidentally, his father's favorite sarcophagus key. Most people would not call this a crisis, but Tut's kingdom was known for its high standards and its pharaohs with supreme multitasking abilities. Alas, Tut had the multitasking skills of a sunburned crocodile. Deciding on an adventure worthy of an ancient Instagram story, Tut gathered his trio of equally oblivious comrades. There was Annam, who claimed to see portents in everything, including the swirl of mud in the Nile, and Nefertiti, who spoke in riddles even hieroglyph experts couldn't decipher. Lastly, there was Ta, Tut's trusty but perpetually nervous camel, who lived in constant fear of spontaneously combusting. Their first destination was the Temple of Osiris, mostly because Annam insisted the statue of the god had just winked at him encouragingly. Obviously, this was an omen. Nefertiti concurred by reciting riddles about misplaced scepters, sandals, and cosmic justice involving lost keys. Meanwhile, Tut looked anxiously at his non-combustible hoofs. As they arrived, the guards gifted them with skeptical looks far older than the pyramids. With grand ignorance, they traipsed through the temple halls, with Nefertiti proudly proclaiming, "The key that finds its way home shall not be the one on a ring," to which Ta softly muttered to no one in particular, "I hope that's not a bad omen about my humps." After thoroughly confusing several priests, and possibly a mural, they went onward to catch an audience with the great oracle, known for predicting surprisingly accurate details about grain prices and sandal craftsmanship. "Oh, young Pharaoh, look beneath that which you stand upon every day," declared the oracle cryptically, leading Tut to ponder deeply. A light bulb, or equivalent flickering candle, went off in his head. "The floor! Of course," he shouted. Racing back to the palace, excitement turned to exasperation as Tut, full of newfound wisdom, began an inspired excavation of a palace tile he'd always thought looked a bit dodgy. Lo and behold, under the most unextraordinary tile was his scepter, the sandal, and the sarcophagus key, all in a neat, dusty package. Annam patted himself on the back. Nefertiti winked cryptically, and Tut let out a sigh of relief that almost blew an antiquated curtain out the window. And that was how young Pharaoh Tut, the least clued-in ruler of Egypt, managed to become a legendarily haphazard hero of sorts. Leaving stories more baffling than instructive, with a kingdom that celebrated adventure over competence, at least just this once.